So I ended up going in to work at 5 o'clock this morning, and when I got there, then we didn't really have a whole lot of work, so I ended up getting to work a half day today. So now I'm down at one of my favorite places. Got the 250L with me, so we're gonna do some riding. So I figured my first stop would be where I ended up falling down the last time I was here. So I don't know if you can see it a little better on camera, but this is not that bad of a hill part, but when it drops down that way it's pretty steep, and then it goes back up that way, and then this direction right there is the tree that got me. So I tried to go through here, which is not a good idea. I should have done pretty much anything else and would have been way better off. Because I guess right there's a tree. Maybe I could have went up this way, but then there's the grapevines, but I probably could have went up that way and maybe kicked down, but anyway. So once you go through here, then I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it drops down and then it comes back up, but everything pretty much looks flat on GoPro, so it's, yeah, so so my first thing is gonna be to cut this down so I actually have a trail. It had been a while since I've been down here, so a lot of these trails they need to be cleaned out because it's been winter and I just haven't been down here, so I'm gonna slowly get that taken care of, but it'd be nice to actually be able to make it through here without getting thrown on the ground, because that was not very fun. But luckily I fell down a lot, so just kind of jumped off and wasn't that big a deal. But yep, that's the game plan for today. So some trail clearing advice that you never asked for. So normally when I'm clearing trails, then I try to avoid actually using a chainsaw on anything. Partially because it's a pain, like just getting a chainsaw out, and then it's slow going when you're using a chainsaw. It just, if you try and cut down every big tree that you see to try and clear a trail, it's just a nightmare. So I end up using these, which I have 2 of them now, because one of them got kind of dull. Like that one, I don't know if you can even read the stuff anymore, but it's these Fisker's Power Gear 2s. And they have this little gear looking thing, and it makes it to where, like, if you can fit, in the awkward camera angle, if you can fit it inside these jaws, then it'll cut it. Like it's a pretty hefty thing. And then I use these gloves because we have a bunch of briars everywhere where I live. So it's these Cool Job gloves. I don't remember anything else about them, honestly, but they go all the way up your arm, so the briars can't end up getting you up there. But went through, cut out this trail all the way. So right here is where it got me the last time. So widened it out, and now I cut that grapevine that's over there too. So I got a couple of options on line choice if I want to kick up here and then go down. I don't mind stuff like that, like if it's logs and stuff, then I end up just leaving a lot of the logs because I don't mind going over logs. It's just that the thing that was hanging down then ended up catching my hand and pulled my hand off the clutch, and then it died. And then as soon as it died, then I had no forward momentum, and it died, and I just fell down, which I kind of fell off the bike and then just let the bike drop. And if you're ever falling down, just get away from the bike, because I've had buddies end up breaking their ankles and stuff because they were too close to the bike. So pretty much as soon as I feel it falling, like, you can kind of catch it if you're not falling too bad, but if it's something like, you know, you're going down, just get away from the bike, because if it falls on your leg, then it can break it. So I'd rather, like, the dirt bike's gonna be, especially if it's a dirt bike, it's gonna be fine. Like, it's not gonna break it, more than likely. And even if it does, it's easier to replace a clutch lever or brake lever than your ankle. So it's just get away from the bike, let it fall, it'll be fine. But yeah, I don't mind leaving stuff like that, and drops off there pretty good. But when I'm clearing stuff out, then I try and clear it pretty wide. And so hopefully you just do it once. Like with me leaving multiple line choices, then maybe next time something falls down, then it'll hang in a certain area, and then I can just go around it, because it sucks having to go and clear trails constantly. And like here, I try and put all the stuff down that way. I don't even see it very good, but kind of pile it in one area. And like the water rolls off of this hill down here. I don't even see the trees and stuff, but the trees have came from up there, so the water pulls it downhill. So if you can clear out, I've tried to keep some of this clear right in here and just pile it right there, because that's below where like my line is here. So if you pile it down there, then even if the water takes it, then it'll just take it that way. So you're not gonna have to worry about, hopefully, constantly clearing out your trails, because it's just gonna keep the water, as it floods, then it's just gonna keep pulling all your stuff down there, and then you're gonna have to move it, and it's an ordeal. So it's better to try and plan ahead where the water is gonna take the stuff that you're setting to the side, and then not have to clear the trail all the time. So the less you have to clear the trail, the more you get to ride. And especially for me, it's like a 45-minute drive down here. So when I come down here, then I don't want to clear the trails all the time. There's times where I'll come down and I'll just literally clear trails all day. But if it's not one of those days and I want to ride, then I don't want to just nitpick trails and have to go around. Like today, as soon as I got down here, then I got to go clear this trail out. So if I can clear it back far enough and not have to do that all the time, then it's better. So it's my thoughts on trail clearing that probably no one actually needs to know, but for me it's been important.